Hello, this is my director's commentary on my final major project, the Finn and Morris Parodies, a stop-motion comedy production. My plan was to create a short film with a sketch show layout. The impact I hoped it would make on my target audience of a variety of ages ranging from child to adult would be comical. I started off with my KJT Studios ident. I tried to follow the structure of animation, stop motion, rather than give it a narrative structure. I feel you can see this through my use of clay models and the sound effects I also use. Then it gets straight to the title sequence of the film. I am quite proud of this title sequence. I used Adobe Animate to create this. The design of Finn the pig and Morris the sheep isn't the original intended design. I was going for quite a detailed effect originally. However, when I used the paintbrush to paint a solid outline of the pig's nose, it came out more sketchy, and I think it creates a much more efficient effect. The first scene is a recreation of the Titanic. This recreation took a while to do. There was a lot of thinking as to whether the different camera angles would work. The aim was to make it seem like the ship was moving, and although I feel there are some times where this effect is created, unfortunately the random angles make the clip a bit judgery. The next scene is the first ever scene I thought of recreating. It is a scene from The Vicar of Dibley. I like the comical effect and the idea of a pig and sheep doing a similar routine. In my version, as you can see, I try and make them do a similar routine, but with simple movements. There was one error, which after much thought ended up being in the final production, and that is where the sheep falls over. I made it part of the final edit because I thought it added to the comical effect. Each scene is not supposed to be perfect anyway. The final scene is basically just a fun shot of Finn the pig as a contestant on Mastermind. He blinks at the camera and then the chair suddenly ejects up. I had a bit of trouble with the blinking, so I had to refilm this scene. The trouble I had included the way in which the eyes were positioned once he had blinked. It didn't look right on the first try, but went much smoother and looked better on the second try. You've probably noticed the bars and tone effect in between scenes. The idea is that the scene abruptly stops when a scene is going or has gone wrong. Overall, I think I did take a risk when choosing animation. No matter what, there is always going to be problems to face. I hadn't done anything with animation before, so this was quite a challenge for me. It could have gone a lot better. For example, I wish I looked up more in depth how to use Alt key so that I could add a background. I tried to, but every time I added a background the quality was not great. However, despite this, I am quite pleased with the layout and the small movements of the characters, which did take a while to get right. This has been my director's commentary for the Finn and Morris Parodies. Thank you for listening.